Are you expanding a restaurant company? Are you building new locations or entering new markets? And every day feels like work, that you're putting all this effort in and it feels like you're pushing a boulder up a hill and not getting the momentum you want? I have some good news for you. My name is Jamie Griffin. I'm the founder of Consult to Grow. I'm a restaurant growth strategist, and I have some advice based on 14 and a half years of doubling a restaurant company in size 5 times over. In that time, we encountered 4 common struggles. Struggle number 1 is that if you don't know where you're going, you're going to end up somewhere else. Struggle number 2 is that if everything is important, then nothing is important. Struggle number 3 is that if you're really not thoughtful, the solution of today is quickly going to become the problem of tomorrow. And struggle number 4 is that you'll get a lot more done together than you will doing it alone. So let's talk about those and some antidotes to those struggles. Struggle number 1 is that if you don't know where you're going, you're going to end up somewhere else. We know this is happening when we see everybody working really hard, everybody's really busy, but no one's making real progress. It's as though we're in a rowboat and everybody's rowing in a different direction. What we really want is for everybody to get clear and aligned and row in the same direction and build the same picture. So the solution, so if you're not sure where you're going, you're going to end up somewhere else, is to get crystal clear about where you're headed. To articulate a crystal clear vision, to keep it simple and memorable, and to live and lead into it every day, never waver. Right? That will allow everybody to work in the same direction and to be building toward the big picture you set for your organization or your team or your restaurant. Number 2 is that if everything's important, then nothing is important. There is no shortage of work to do in a scaling and growing organization. There are so many things that can be done. There are important things, unimportant things, things you'd love to do, things you have to do. And there are a few resources. This isn't an organization with thousands of people where there's a specialist focused on this one thing. Everybody has to be a Jack and Jill of all trade. That's both exciting and interesting and fun, but it also can become an Achilles heel to us. We have to pick a number 1 priority for our team and for our business that will move our company forward. We have to focus on that one thing. Doesn't mean other things aren't happening. It just means that one thing is our most important thing. We're going to share it. We're going to calibrate around it. We're going to complete it, and we're going to celebrate it. And then and only then will we move to the next thing. I either see 2 things. I see people with 17 top priorities, which means no one knows really where to focus. Or I see that number 1 thing changing every other week or every other day, so people just don't get invested in the priority. You have to share it. You have to complete it. You have to celebrate it. Our third struggle is that if you're not thoughtful, the solution of today may be the problem of tomorrow. I have fixed so many things and accidentally broken other things. You're constantly fixing, you're constantly improving, and you're constantly upgrading. This is just the nature of things. When you work in a growing business, in 24 months, it's going to feel like a different business. It'll have new tools, new systems, new processes, because it has to. The solution here is to really be collaborative. You need everybody communicating. You need to be talking about the changes you're making so you don't inadvertently break something in someone else's area, or you don't implement a solution that could solve more problems, but because we didn't listen for a second, as we implement it, we didn't take advantage of that opportunity. When you solve a problem, try to truly solve the problem. It's okay if you need to band-aid things from time and again. That's part of growing. We want progress over perfection, but if we can avoid breaking other things in the process, we absolutely should. And then finally, you'll get a lot more done together than you will alone. This is a team sport. If you think of the greatest businesses in the world, Apple, by example, there's always a team of people making it happen. There was Steve Jobs and there was Wozniak, right? You can't do this by yourself. You have to get the right people. You have to assure the team is healthy and aligned, and you have to meet and communicate. If you do that, If you articulate a crystal clear vision, if you name a number one priority, if you solve problems with an intent to truly solve them, and if you build a clear and aligned team, I promise that it's going to feel like you're chasing a boulder down a hill and just keeping it between the guardrails. You will minimize suffering, you will make so much more progress, and you will accelerate the feeling and momentum toward growth. If you like this content, please subscribe. There's links to blogs. I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to listen to these 4 solutions to scale your business. And I'd love to have a conversation with you if you need help doing just that.